Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Kurt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. So what does $50 billion get you these days? Well, if you're Amazon, it looks like it buys you a massive stake in the future of the US government. Today, we are going to deconstruct Amazon's absolutely monumental bet on AI. $50 billion. Just let that sink in for a second. That is the staggering number at the very heart of a landmark announcement from Amazon Web Services. An investment so huge, it's really poised to reshape the very core of how the US government even uses technology. So what's really going on here? And let's be super clear. This is not just another government contract. Nope. This is one of the largest cloud infrastructure commitments ever made. And it's aimed squarely at the public sector. The goal? To totally turbocharge government agencies with the raw power of artificial intelligence. Okay, so let's get into the specifics. What exactly did Amazon put on the table with this, completely groundbreaking announcement? Let's break it down. First off, our breakdown today is based on some really excellent reporting from LinkedIn news editor Emma W. Thorne, who was the one who first covered this major development. The headline number is, of course, that $50 billion, but the real story here is the sheer power behind that number. We're talking about 1.3 gigawatts of computing capacity. Now, to put that into perspective for you, a single gigawatt can power around 750,000 homes. This isn't just about building another data center. This is like building an entire digital city with its own power grid, all of it dedicated solely to government missions. But why? Why make such a massive investment? Well, Amazon's leadership has a very, very clear vision for what they're hoping to achieve. Let's hear it straight from them. AWS CEO Matt Garman basically describes this as breaking down old barriers. For decades, federal agencies have been kind of held back by these technological hurdles. This investment is all about handing them the keys to a brand new era of high-performance, super secure computing. And David Levy, who heads up AWS's public sector, he takes it even a step further. He's talking about strengthening America's leadership in AI on a global scale. This is about building a secure, scalable foundation for whatever the future holds. Okay, so that's the big picture, the high-level vision. But what does this actually mean in the real world? How could this kind of computing power really transform the day-to-day work of a government agency? Well, public sector expert Jack Land gives us a pretty powerful example. The Department of Justice. Just imagine them processing mountains of case data in hours, not months. Or using AI to instantly connect the dots across thousands of different investigations. That is the kind of mission-altering capability we're talking about here. It's a game changer. And this commitment to security, it runs deep. This isn't just for standard government operations. This incredible AI power is being rolled out across all three of the US government's high security classifications: GovCloud, Secret, and yes, even top secret. That means these advanced tools will be available for the absolute most sensitive national security missions. So that's the government side of things. But what does the tech industry think? Is this just another big contract, or is it something more? Could this be a fundamental shift? This quote from Hossein Abadi, an expert in secure software development, it really captures the mood perfectly. He calls it a turning point. For the pros on the front lines, this isn't just about buying more servers. It's a huge signal that AI in government is hitting a whole new level of maturity and security. But an investment of this size, it just doesn't happen in a vacuum, right? It raises some pretty profound questions about the future. And that brings us to our final, and maybe our most critical point. Ross Razaev, a digital identity expert, asked the really tough question that's just looming over this whole deal. We can all see the potential for incredible innovation, but does committing $50 billion to one company create a dangerous dependency? Is the government essentially locking itself into a single vendor for its most critical technology? And that's the real tension here, isn't it? We are witnessing a monumental bet on AI to power the future of government. On one hand, it promises this future of unprecedented innovation and capability. But on the other, it really forces us to ask about the long-term cost of relying so heavily on just one corporate partner. Which future are we actually building? So, what do you think? Is this a brilliant move for American innovation, or is it a risky dependency? Let us know what you think down in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. If you found this breakdown helpful, please subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. It really helps us reach a wider audience. We'll see you next time.